A couple days ago, I was watching the news and I saw a bunch of people at a big gathering. And I was like, hey, what's this about? And turned it up and I saw all these new recruits or new people being sworn in to be law enforcement officers. And I got to tell you, it personally made me happy. I'm glad that Minneapolis is rebuilding their force. I think it's needed. I was also excited to see that I think it was Ikram Mo Muhammad. She's Somali, and Leslie Vera. And I have to applaud both of those right now. That to me is exciting. People, being a law enforcement officer is a hard job. I mean, I did bar security, right? Without a gun or anything for 23 years in some of the toughest bars in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Being a law enforcement, that's a hard job. I also worked for the Department of Corrections at Lionel Lakes, working in the prison system, training in at St. Cloud. They have a hard job. And too long have a lot of these departments gotten a bad rap because of a few bad people. As an African American, I used to get a bad rap where just because I was African American. So people put that stigma on me because of some African Americans that were not doing right. Well, a lot of us have put that stigma on police officers because of a few bad police officers. I'll say it again, I've said it before, one bad apple does not spoil the whole bunch. So let's applaud the Minneapolis Police Department. They are trying to do some things right. But we can be a part of the solution. We can do our job if we witness a crime, my friends, to say something. And don't be afraid to speak out, all right? Don't be afraid to speak out. Do your job. Be there for your kids, your sons, your daughter. Tell them what to do and then show them what to do. When I say tell them what to do, you have to speak life into your kids' life. You have to be good living examples of what it means to live a good life, you know, a law-abiding life as a citizen. So you can't be home doing your drugs and expect your kids not to kind of follow you, right? So this is important. So let's support our officers. They're trying to do something good. They're building back. Let's celebrate the goodness that's going on. And there are some good police officers out there all over the world. I know quite a few officers that are great. So in the next segment, I'm going to share just something I think will help you to improve your interactions with law enforcement should you come in contact with them. And after that, I'm going to show you 3 short interviews that I had. One with the former chief of police, Arredondo, and the former sheriff of Anoka County, James Stewart, and a former St. Louis Park police officer, Terry Reavers. And these are all good law enforcement officers. And I want you to hear what they got to say, just some words of encouragement of things that they've shared with me in the past interview on motivation. All right. And lastly, I just want to say again, I want to thank you for tuning in, and let's be the solution. Let's be part of the solution, not the problem. Let's support our officers. Let's applaud them. If you see a new officer, go up to them, welcome on the job, tell them thank you for putting your life out there for us, because that's what they're really doing, my friends. I want to thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Stay safe, my friends. Stay safe. Welcome back, my friends. This is part 2 of how to improve your interactions at traffic stops. Here's the deal, and I want to be very clear about this. Law enforcement people are no different than you or me, and especially people that haven't learned how to control their emotions or what's going on with them. So you're going to have officers that are going to be nasty sometimes towards you. They shouldn't be, but they might be nasty towards you. But there's going to be a lot of officers out there that are going to actually treat you the way you would want to be treated. So here's the catch, my friends. Those officers, when you meet an officer that treats you the way you know you should be treated, tell them thank you. Say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Show them the respect. And an officer that doesn't treat you the way you think they should treat you, still say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Now, here's the problem with some people. I grew up like, basically, you don't take anything from anybody. What somebody dishes out to you, you give back. Be a man, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's in a lot of people's heads. So if an officer is treating them a certain way, They feel like, I'm not going to let that guy punk me out. I'm not going to let him talk like that to me. Why is that? Well, my friends, that's ego. That's ego. That's all it is. You want to be strong in life? Learn to be able to walk away from situations. Learn to control your emotions. Now, that's when you're going to be strong. That's when I started feeling better about myself, when I no longer allowed other people's actions or words to control Ron Henderson. That's when I started actually growing. So if you want to be a real man, learn to control your emotions. Don't get upset over everything that somebody says to you. Don't get angry if somebody says no to you about something, my friends. So, again, if you get pulled over by a law enforcement officer, recognize that, yes, he's a human being just like you and me. And your job at a traffic stop or whenever an officer stops you is to make sure at all times that you do your part, and that's really be nice, be nice, be nice. And my friends, you're not punking out by being nice. You're just being mature. Allow that officer that doesn't know how to treat people to make a fool out of himself. Now, there's so many officers that are out there that, like I said, are good. So I'm not trying to paint this picture of officers all being bad or officers all being good. There's bad officers out there, and there's good officers out there. There's bad citizens out there, my friends, and there's good citizens out there. You want to be a good citizen. Remember the first video I talked about making sure you keep your hands visible? Keep them visible. Slow your pace down. Slow your words down. Listen more than you talk, my friends. And at all times, remember this. Everybody needs to grow in their life, and an officer that stops you, he may, in fact, be having a bad day. He may take it out on you, and he shouldn't take it out on you, but he might, right? But here's the thing, my friends. Watch my videos. I'm teaching people every day how to eliminate the stress out of your life, how to eliminate that. So even if he's having a bad day, you don't need to go there yourself. You can have a great day. You be the one that's going to show maturity. And if you have to check the officer later by filing a complaint, do that. But do all that you do in a professional manner. Treat people truly the way you would have them treat you, my friends. I'm telling you right now, your life is going to be so much better if you learn not just to respond to people, but you learn to think before you speak. On this note, let me say this, my friends. Be brain-driven, not anger-driven. And I submit to you today that the next time you have an interaction with the law enforcement officer, if you give him the respect that he deserves, I believe that situation is probably going to turn out to be much better than what you think it would. And my friends, even if you get a ticket, don't worry about it. Life is a learning experience. I hope that you learn from this, and I hope that you learn from any traffic stop that you encounter, my friends. On that note, I hope this has served you well. I'm Ron Henderson. Never to drink from the cup of hate, but just love. What does that look like in your role as chief of police?
I think that that's everything that I do when I come to work each and every day. It's really doing all I can to change the culture of the department for the better. It's truly about service at the end of the day, and it's about those meaningful relationships. We need to try to get this right with each encounter and build that trust. So each and every day trying to change the culture.
First and foremost, have a plan, whether it's about your personal life, whether it's about the direction you want to go, whether it's about police and community relations. But get engaged, think about what you personally can do to make a positive difference in the community, and then don't just think about it, but act on it. And I think that's so important. I tell our staff all the time, we're all given an opportunity to make a difference in the community.
Oh, yeah.
But it's what we do with that opportunity that makes a difference. And so that's what I would encourage everyone to do, is do something that makes a positive impact in the community.
I like that. And what I would say is this. Treat people, very simple, the way you want to be treated. You do not want somebody to judge you by the color of your skin. Don't judge people just because they have a badge on.